When is the last time that you told yourself, I know I should be doing more. I know I can do more. I know I have more in me. I know I should be farther along in life. Most of us have been running that in our heads for years, and we continue to do it. We continue to go through this cycle where we say we're going to follow our dreams. We say we're going to take that next step. We're going to make that big leap. And then when we do a retrospect and look back at our lives, we haven't gotten any further than we were before. So I want to know, when are you going to step into those shoes? When are you going to step into your greatness? When are you going to stop holding yourself back? Because that's all that you're doing. By not taking that next step, by not making that leap, by not taking that risk, you're holding yourself back. So if you're someone like me, my husband and I, we always say we know that we are destined for greatness. And we run that in our heads over and over and over. And there is a a real thing, I should say, called self-hypnosis. You can brainwash yourself. And so when you tell yourself something over and over and over, the same way that, we get brainwashed off of social media, TV, by seeing the same commercials. Our kids know Aflac, probably knew Aflac before they could say other words. There is a thing that can happen in your brain that causes it to run over and over and over. And so when you start to brainwash yourself, when you start to self-hypnotize, you eventually will walk in and step in to whatever it is that you're thinking about. So let me just take a step back because that's a lot to unpack. So again, I said one of the things that my husband and I always say is we are destined for greatness. So have we gotten to where we want to be in life? We are not there yet, but we have had setbacks. And with every setback, we have learned how to overcome. A lot of people, if they experience a setback, some people just never recover from it. Some people feel like they're just complete all out failures and they don't know how to navigate around it. But when you start to brainwash yourself and tell yourself, I'm destined for greatness. I am the smartest person that I know. I know how to figure things out. I know how to take that next step. You're going to figure out how to do it. And so I was listening to, different podcasts and different things, this morning. And one of the things I heard was from Wayne Dyer. And he explained that his mom, when he went off to college, wrote him a note and said, my job is to guide and then step aside. And so when you take a step back, think about everything that you are doing and who is watching. Most of us, if we have any children, we want to be that guide for them, the children. We want them to emulate what we do. We want them to be able to think enough about their actions that I instill good morals. I instill good values. So by you not stepping into your fullest, by you not fulfilling, your destiny, by you not being your ultimate greatness, you are showing them the example that if I experience a negative, if there are some trials and tribulations in life, maybe I should just give up. And that's a lot to put on somebody. And I'm putting it on you because I put it on myself. My husband and I, that's all that we think about when we make decisions. Our son is watching our every move. What is that step to take? If we are guiding him and then stepping aside, I can't tell him, what to do and what not to do, because ultimately he's going to make his own decisions in life. Even at the age of 7 years old, I can say, hey, don't do that. Hey, don't touch that. And then if you go and touch it anyway and you get a negative result, that's a life lesson. And so that's what you have to think about as you're chasing your greatness, as you're, stepping into those shoes. What legacy, who's looking, and ultimately, are you fulfilling your soul's purpose? We always talk about purpose. I shouldn't even say purpose. A lot of people talk about passion. That's one of the things that I've never been someone who says, oh, I'm passionate about this, or this is my passion, because I feel like I have been chasing the definition of society's passion for years. And at the end of the day, what am I passionate about right now? Trying to beef up my bank account, whatever that looks like, however that may comes. And so when I just say to the universe, I want X amount of dollars in my bank account, when I say, to God, please continue to bless me in ways that I haven't seen, I am open for more opportunities. So I don't box myself in with, oh, I'm trying to chase my passion. Wherever my purpose leads me is where I'll go, but I'm not chasing a passion. All I'm trying to do is increase my finances so that I can bless others, bless my family, bless my friends, and pass on generational wealth. So I don't want you to get caught up in, oh, well, my passion doesn't pay. Because in reality, I don't think that people have to chase a passion. I hear people say, oh, follow your passion and that's where the money's at. And I'm going to be honest, I don't believe that that is true. I don't believe that if you always chase your passion, that's always going to lead to financial stability. So many people have done it, and I've seen so many stories of people who've chased their passion and then they had to either go back to work, get back into, corporate America or something like that, because it may not be paying the bills. Not to say that it's not good to chase your passion if you do have a passion, but I'm not a believer in that is the route that one must always take. And we also hear people say, oh, I like to help others. And helping people can look, and come in a variety of different ways. For some people, it may be sharing knowledge on YouTube. For others, it may be, donating their wealth once they pass on to charity. So whatever that looks like for you. But ultimately, you have to step into those shoes and break the shackles that have been holding you hostage from pursuing your greatness. It doesn't matter. Some of us have probably had the best ideas, great ideas that we have not executed on. And that's one of the things that stops a lot of people from moving forward. They don't know what direction to take. They don't know that next step, or they get paralyzed by the possibility of fear by the possibility of failure. And failure is absolutely a real possibility in anything that you do. But ultimately, it's if you do fail at something, you're going to get a lesson out of it. You're going to learn what not to do the next time around. You're going to learn how to pivot. You're going to learn from that failure so that the next thing that you do is better and better and better. And there's a saying that goes, it takes 10 years to become an overnight success. It takes 10 years to become an overnight success. And that essentially means that so many people from the outside looking in see everyone who has been successful and don't realize the time and effort that it took behind the scenes for them to reach that greatness. They don't realize that people were putting in the work, going to sleep at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, waking up at 4, 5, 6 in the morning just to get stuff done, to continue making things happen in the background. You don't realize that certain people may have put their entire life investment into a business or put it all on the line, sacrifice their time and energy with family, friends, relationships, just to get to their destiny, just to get to their promised land. And so that's all that I'm asking you to do, is take a chance on yourself. Yes, it may not turn out the way that you want it, but guess what? If you do have children or family members who say, have you ever taken a risk? You can turn and look at them and say, yes, I did. And here's what happened. Chase your dreams. Take a chance and chase your dreams. Take a chance on yourself. And there's too many of us right now that get too afraid to take a chance on ourselves. We have the knowledge. We have the wherewithal. One of the things my husband and I say all the time, and you're going to hear me say my husband and I, because we have so many conversations, and we always say like, oh my gosh, we know we are smart and we can do this. We have the brains. We're educated. We have the degrees to back it up. We have certifications. We have experience in successful businesses, failed businesses. We've learned the lessons. We have a lot of knowledge. How can we execute on the next thing? And so that's where a lot of people get stuck. And I'm going to say to you, I'm always going to preach about AI. If you know that you want to pursue something, ask AI for help. Ask them what steps you should take. And if it's something, if they give you a step that you don't understand, ask AI to break it down and give you a step by step guide. And I promise you, if you take one action off of the step list or the process guide that chat gives you, you're going to see more success in your life. You're going to get further along than you've ever experienced, and you're going to feel better about it. You're going to feel good. You're going to feel like you are doing what you know you are capable of doing. You're going to feel like you're capable of achieving more. And so ask chat, ask whatever AI you use to help you execute. And if you're someone like me who is easily paralyzed from procrastination and my thoughts, just take one step. If you get to a point where you say, you know what, I'm done, I'm going to take a break for the day, I'm stopping for the day. Before you do that, just do one more thing. And there's a little saying that you do 1% more every day, and it's the cumulative effect. It's going to compound and you're going to see results much faster. So I'm not going to prolong this. I just want to say, you are destined for more. You are capable of more. So don't hold yourself back from achieving more. Step into those shoes. Step into what you know you can do. Step into who you are, who you want to be. Don't hold yourself back. So with that, I am Ashley. I want to say, if you found this video helpful, please make sure you hit that like button and subscribe and come back for more.